actually, they are doing dishes. Jeez.
Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like, to subscribe, and turn on your notification bells, okay? So today we're going to be talking about the fear of starting something new. This is a pep talk, so get cozy, get comfortable. We're about to get deep. So basically, the reason why this topic really touched me deeply is because actually I've been meaning to start my YouTube channel. Fear of starting the whole thing. I don't know why, but I guess that's what we're about to unpack right now. But to anyone who's watching this for the first time, who might need, some guidance, honestly, I know this may sound painful because I'm sure all the YouTubers are telling you the same thing because that's what they were telling me. But honestly, just start. There's no level of perfection that you can beat without the first video. The only way to beat your level of perfection is to actually release something and then perfect it from there, because you can't perfect something you haven't even made yet, So there's no amount of cameras, there's no amount of, I'm sitting here with my DSLR, and funny part is I'm just using an iPhone. So the whole world can tell you, get this, get that, but honestly, start with what you're comfortable with. I literally decided, you know what, to hell with it. I'm doing it the way that I want to do it. I don't even have a niche, but I'm out here doing this. The rest of the YouTube family has been telling me, stick to your niche so that, the YouTube algorithm can pick you up and all this stuff. But I'm just like, what about these people who don't have niches? I'm going to be one of them. And I'm just going to be a mixture of literally everything. So I really hope this works out fine. But yeah, so the fear of starting something, I feel like it's time that we start becoming honest with ourselves. There is an inner child in us that is going through things. It's not this version, this current now version, that is actually having these fear. It's this inner child inside of us, this unhealed person that we still love very much, that we still tap into. I literally got disturbed because someone was washing the dishes in the other room. Funny. Anyway, so the reason why I wanted to start with the fear of starting things is because I actually wanted to dive into...
Oh God! I don't know what they're doing. They were doing dishes, or I just want to finish this. This is already nerve-wracking on its own.
Okay, so the reason why I specifically wanted to do this channel is so that we'll be able to do a lot of pep talks. I really engage a lot with YouTube channels that...
Oh God. Excuse me. Sorry.
The reason why a lot of us are afraid of starting a YouTube channel. A, it's on a very broad platform, but yet some of us have Instagram. So it's just like, okay, so what's the reason? B, you're basically, through editing and through your thumbnails, you're basically expressing to the whole world your level of creativity. So I love how creativity is being taken serious nowadays, that people are actually afraid of being creative because they'll probably feel like it's not good enough, or it's not matching the theme or the color palettes or this or that. And it's insane. I love that creativity is on that level, because I went to AFTA, and my dream is to be respected as basically a creative. So, and A being, yes, I have an Instagram profile, but no one knows my personality. YouTube is actually me exposing myself. So when you backtrack and you fall and you decide to check what exactly is going on, what exactly is the issue in all of these things, you realize actually that it's actually your inner child. There is an inner child in you that still hasn't healed from certain things. There's an inner child in you that you tap into because she's still your identity. He or she or they is still your identity, but we need to start doing something about that inner child, because we choose to tap into it, and we're not just brick walls that just work like this, and if someone says do this with no fear, you in it. We're not those kind of people, or there are people like that actually, but some of us are not, unfortunately. But yeah, so tapping into your inner child is very important, because then you realize there is so much healing to be done. It is insane. It is insane, the amount of healing that needs to be done, the amount of unlearning that needs to be done once you start tapping into your inner child. Once you make that decision that, you know what, I want to be the best version of myself. So I need to let go of my trust issues. Okay, letting go of my trust issues means what? Why were they even there in the first place? What happened? Now you're diving into that. Now you're giving yourself therapy, you know. If it's too dark, we all have different things that we go through in life. Hey, sometimes tapping into that side can really bring out the most scariest parts in ourselves, can really bring out certain emotions that some of us can't even deal with, because some of us might lead us into drugs, it might lead us into taking certain pharmaceuticals, and some of those things are just really not healthy. So if there are certain things, honestly, I do recommend you see a therapist. I do recommend you find someone you truly do trust, someone who doesn't always say yes to you, someone who doesn't always someone you look up to, so that you can try your best to try and fit yourself in that particular vision that you have. And at the same time, someone who won't always just try to feed themselves what's happening in their world. Someone who's able to listen to you, someone who's able to be like, okay, here you were wrong, here you were right. So in this situation, what have you like learned? Haha. That's what my star sign is always saying. Capricorns are always saying, so what have we learned? But yeah, honestly, what have we learned? That should always be the question in anything that you deal with. I swear to God, even if one is stuck in traffic, I'm always just like, so what have I learned from buying the wrong meal at Popeyes? So what have I learned? You know, now you've spent money on something that you don't even want. So what have you learned? So that's just my personality. But some of us don't have that. So some of us do need those certain people in our lives to remind us, and, you know, always remind us that every single thing that we are doing, every single thing that we go through in this life is for us and not against us. So the fact that I'm sitting here right now, I wanted to shoot this channel in 2019. Not even 2019, 2018. I remember I was sitting with my friend Nolwazi, who also has a YouTube channel. So you can also follow her, Nolwazi Hope Sitole. Yeah, we share the same surname. So I was sitting with her, and we're planning out YouTube channels. We're planning out YouTube channels, and she started hers before I started mine. And I'm so happy for her. I'm so happy that she's able to just step into herself and just do it, you know. So for some of us, I wouldn't even say the minority, people who deal with anxiety and fear is actually the majority now. That's how crazy this thing is, that we're not even a minority. It's insane. But yeah, it's been a long time coming. No one can take you through this journey. There's no person. I mean, watching my friend make this YouTube channel, watching my friend step into herself and leave all her fears behind, it was so beautiful. But I hadn't healed. I wasn't ready to sort out the mess that was in my inner child yet. I was still trying to heal through certain things, of which I never stopped the healing journey. But I also do give myself time. Like, I don't want to bombard myself with everything, you know. You take it piece by piece, you know. For me, the recent thing that I just learned right now is stop being a people pleaser. That's one thing for sure that I was going through. And because I'm an empath, being a people pleaser I used to think it's good for me, because then it used to feel the empath in me. And then I realized, actually, too much of anything is bad. Too much of being an empath is bad. Once you start neglecting your own things and focusing more on what others are doing, or focusing more on how others are feeling, you cannot serve anyone. When you have been depleted so much, you literally cannot serve anyone. So just sort out your demons, because we all have them. But the most important thing is for us to actually be honest. Be honest. Say, I've got an anger issue, or I still feel jealousy, or there's a lot of things that we are all dealing with. And I feel like it's time that we have those deep conversations with ourselves. And I'm a Christian, so the Bible definitely works for me. Starting this, Joshua 1. I swear to God, guys. Joshua 1. Read it from 1 to 4, or from 4 to 7. I think it's 7. I'm not really sure. But Joshua 1. It literally talks about your fears, and how you're chosen to be great in this life, so always choose that. It's not easy. There's a lot of things that I want to do with my YouTube channel. I'm very scared because I think that I'm not gonna probably do them, or I think I'm gonna disappoint myself and not pull through. But I have a goal, and each day, I don't know what tomorrow brings, but each day I'm going to keep choosing myself and choosing that goal. So with the previous lesson that I learned of not being a people pleaser, combined with that healing, now I can be able to be like, no, I'm gonna pick myself every single day. I'm gonna have that same empath vibe that I have for other people for myself. I feel for myself. I'm supposed to be living the life of glitz and glam. This is what I deserve. This is what I want for myself. So I need to align myself with what I want for myself. What happens there? I start pushing myself. The amount of hard work that I've done in the past years over this YouTube channel, it's scary. But the amount of work that I've done in the past week, just creating my thumbnail, just creating my banner, creating everything, the whole creative process in this whole thing. I love that I went through it, and I love that I had deadlines. I love that I genuinely picked myself all the time. Every single time I was so like immersed in doing something for me, because you know what, this healing thing also means you start loving yourself in a different way. You start loving yourself in a softer way. You start actually realizing that all you genuinely need is yourself. Of course, we have our family. Of course, we have, everyone that is around us, friends, our supporters. Some people don't have family, some people don't have friends, but they have YouTube supporters, they have Instagram supporters. So whoever is your crutch, it's beautiful that you have them. But in your 20s, this is what I believe. I may be wrong, but for me, this is what I believe. In your 20s should be about a lot of mistakes and figuring out what you like, what you don't like, but most importantly, learning how to love the new version of yourself. Because when you're 1 year old, you can't pick the person that you're going to be at 3 years, at 5 years, at 7 years, because you don't even know what's happening. But in your 20s is where you get to be like, okay, I want to be this kind of girl, like this, like this, like that. This is the vision that I have for myself, because you can have that for yourself. So that means I need to kill certain personality traits, because just because it's a personality trait doesn't mean it's a good thing that you're carrying around. You could be a person who doesn't know how to communicate, and that's just always been your personality. That's not good. That doesn't cut it. That's in a world where we live with society, we are not creatures that just live in the bushes, one man. We literally live in a society. You have to learn how to communicate in order to have good relationships, in order for people to be able to respect you and see all these things. I used to think, my ego doesn't fit here. So meaning what? Kill the ego. You gotta knock that thing out. You gotta just destroy it. Anything that brings out the ego in you is got to go. It's got to go. Because all these things that you keep that are ego driven, bet believe they're not gonna put you to where you're trying to go. So break yourself down. Genuinely break yourself down. And yeah, just start. You'll see the love. It's like how people or mothers explain giving birth, that you instantly have this connection with your child. Start creating that connection with things that concern you. Start creating that connection with things that are for you. Start loving yourself. You are worth it, You are worth it and much more. So why not go get it? Go do every single. I watched this one video of Beyonce where she was like saying, don't focus on who's not doing what they're supposed to be doing, or she was like, you go be it. And it really did touch me, because then it's like, fine, Bonang is amazing, fine, Mihlali is amazing, but I can't keep looking at Mihlali thinking my YouTube channel is not perfect. Of course it's not perfect, because I haven't even started. Let's just start there. It's not even started. So I had to be honest with myself and say, are you gonna be the kind of girl who says she's gonna do things and then doesn't do it? Is that the kind of parent you are forming into be? Because at some point I want to get married, I want to have children. So does that mean you're going to be the type of mom, the type of grandmother one day that's just starts things and doesn't finish them? Another thing, who will marry me if I can't start something and finish it? That's like, can you imagine now, in a normal household, we have to fill in, forms. Our kid random scenario, 6 months. I want to put her in a school, and I need to sign forms. But hey, I'm this person who doesn't finish things. Can you imagine the kind of stress that my partner will be going through, knowing very well that this is my personality? That means we won't be able to get a house. We won't be able to get anything that is concerning our future. So there's certain characteristics that you genuinely need to start forming into in order to be the best version of yourself and the best version of the life that you picture. You know, what am I going to teach my children if I can't even do it myself? So it's time for the tough questions. It's time more talks, guys. Please subscribe to my channel. We're gonna have a lot of these talks because I really do enjoy this. And this is my second video. I didn't even change my outfit. I'm literally still in the outfit. I just put on this overall. Really hope this helps someone, and you rock. Boy or girl or team or whatever squad that wants to do the channel, you guys rock. Go do the thing. There is no one that is like you. There is space for you in this market. If there's space for me, there's space for the others that are big. There's space for you. There's no one like you. So show us what you got. Come rock, you know. Let's do this together. And if you've got any questions, just comment and I'll be there to answer you. And yeah, thank you for watching, and please don't forget to like my video, to subscribe, and to turn on your notification bell. Peace, love, happiness.